Good afternoon. I'm Pallavi Ghosh. Our top focus, of course, is the relaxations announced by the Home Ministry late last night. What does it mean? But the headlines first. Centre announces more exemptions to the lockdown. Neighbourhood shops selling non-essential items can remain open, but with conditions. Malls, however, to remain shut. The biggest single-day spike so far, 57 deaths in the last 24 hours. The total number of COVID-19 cases crosses 24,000. But the government says that if the lockdown hadn't been imposed, the number would have been much higher and gone beyond 1 lakh. The group of ministers on COVID-19 meets. India is likely to return the faulty Chinese test kits if the ICMR recommends so. No payments have been made to China so far. Can an anti-leprosy vaccine help boost immunity against coronavirus? The Director General of CSIR speaks exclusively to CNN News 18. As the holy month of Ramzan begins, clerics and Muslim leaders appeal to the people to respect the lockdown and stay indoors.
First, the big news that came in late last night. The Home Ministry has announced more exemptions to the ongoing lockdown. The centre has allowed shops selling non-essential items or goods to reopen, but with certain conditions in place.
Barber shops, theoretically, yes. If they are standalone, if they are operating in residential areas, they can be allowed. But the problem is, MHA order also specifically says you have to follow social distancing and you have to operate at 50% staff strength. Theoretically, yes. If they are standalone, if they are operating in residential areas, they can be allowed. But the problem is, MHA order also specifically says you have to follow social distancing.
The government has announced more relaxations to the lockdown. The Home Ministry has announced that shops selling non-essential goods can reopen with conditions. These shops have to function at 50% strength and practice social distancing. All shops in the non-hotspot rural and semi-rural areas can open. In urban areas, non-essential goods can be sold provided the shop is in residential area or is standalone. But none of the malls or marketplaces can open in urban areas. Sources to CNN News 18 say that the states can make guidelines as per the requirements, but within the confines of yesterday's Home Ministry order. Okay, now this is a more clarification which is coming in. States are going to make the guidelines according to rare requirement, but within the confinements of the Home Ministry order. Now, Arunima is with us. Arunima, this is what we were discussing a short while back, that yes, these relaxations have been announced. It has to be within the parameters of what the MHA says, but ultimately the state government also decides. So, I mean, it's up to them really.
Yes, they will have to decide. The nuts and bolts have been left to the state government, but they can't really take any decision which is against what the MHA has said. We saw what happened in Kerala. When Kerala decided to give some relaxations, the MHA took exceptions, and then Kerala had to go back. So that is the precedent to follow. State governments, however, there are social media posts by Chief Secretaries of Assam, of Punjab, and of other states where they're saying that in the next 24 to 48 hours, states will, seek more clarity from MHA because the order is not really clear. It's confusing to some people, and therefore state governments are also waiting to get more clarity from the Ministry of Home Affairs, and then we would say specific guidelines from states which will tell us more specifically what happens in my locality, my district, or my area.
Okay, Arunima, do hang on because we're going to come back to you for some more clarifications. But meanwhile, my colleague Divakar Singh has reported from Palghar in Maharashtra. Let's take a look.
केंद्रीय गृह मंत्रालय ने एजेंटियल गुड्स की दुकानों के साथ साथ कुछ और दुकानों को खोलने की हरी झंडी दी है। नई गाइडलाइन जो जारी की गई है उसके मुताबिक अब एजेंटियल गुड्स के अलावा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स की दुकानें, हार्डवेयर की दुकानें जहां पर सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग मेंटेन हो सकती है उसे खोलने की इजाज़त दे दी है। मैं इस वक्त नाला सोपारा में मौजूद हूं और यहाँ पे देखिए जो अभी दुकानें खुली हैं वो एजेंटियल गुड्स की दुकानें, जो मेडिकल स्टोर है, सब्जी की दुकानें हैं। लेकिन अब सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग का पालन करने के साथ साथ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स की दुकानें, हार्डवेयर की दुकानें और साथ ही साथ रिहायशी इलाकों में जो इकलौती दुकानें हैं वो अब खुलेंगी।
So, Arunima, we are getting reports from the ground from various states about, the shops have not yet begun to open up. I guess they are waiting for some more clarity. But is this what is happening? Are the state governments, the local administrations calling up the MHA to understand what can we do?
Yes, there is confusion. There is confusion because of the way the Ministry of Home Affairs order is worded, and I'm just going to break it down for you. What the order says is that in non-municipal areas, which for the sake of simplicity, let's just call rural areas, in rural areas, all kinds of shops are allowed to function except those which are in malls, single brand malls or multi-brand malls. In cities, there's a problem. In cities, market complexes are not allowed, malls are not allowed. What is allowed is standalone shops in residential areas. So if in your locality, in your gully or in your neighborhood, there is a kirana store or there is a repair shop of some kind, that is allowed to function. But if you're staying in a gated society where there is a dedicated market complex selling all kinds of stuff and offering all kinds of services, that will not be open. That's why the confusion. The ministry has also clarified that liquor shops are not governed by this because liquor doesn't really fall under Shops and Establishment Act, under which these guidelines have been issued. Liquor shops not allowed, cigarette shops, gutka, tobacco, pan, they have been banned earlier also because they involve spitting, and spitting is now prohibited. What happens to shops which are, for example, barber shops or salon shops? We have been saying this again and again. Theoretically, it is possible for a barber shop to open in a residential area if it's a standalone shop, but MHA is also re-emphasizing social distancing. How will a barber maintain social distancing between him and the customer if a haircut has to be given? How do you ensure that 6 feet distance? That's the practical issue here. And therefore, because of these confusions, I think state governments are just waiting for more clarity before they come up with their own respective orders which will govern their districts or their areas within the state limits.
All right, Arunima, thank you. Many thanks. Yes, you're right. We have to really wait for perhaps the end of the day to get some more clarity on this. But in Ghaziabad, there are already some shops which are opening up. So let's take a look because this is the report which has been sent from there.
गाजियाबाद प्रशासन पूरी तरह से लॉकडाउन का पालन सख्ती से करा रहा है। हम इस वक्त गाजियाबाद के इंदिरापुरम इलाके में हैं और इंदिरापुरम इलाके में जो आवश्यक सेवाएं हैं जिनमें ग्रोसरी शॉप्स हैं, मेडिकल स्टोर्स हैं या फिर दूध की दुकानें हैं, किराना स्टोर्स हैं, ये खुले हुए हैं। हालांकि गृह मंत्रालय का देर रात जो आदेश आया था कि जो गली मोहल्लों की दुकानें हैं वो खुल सकती हैं, लेकिन यहाँ पर ये वो दुकानें हैं जो हमेशा की तरह रोज़ाना खुल रही हैं और यहाँ पर लॉकडाउन का पालन भी करवाने के लिए दूर दूर अलग अलग तरीके से सब्जी और जो फ्रूट्स की दुकानें हैं वो भी यहाँ पर खोली गई हैं। हालांकि जो गाजियाबाद प्रशासन है उसका एक आदेश एक दिन पहले और आया था जिसमें ये कहा गया था कि फल और सब्जियों की दुकानें सिर्फ 2 बजे तक खुली रहेंगी। साथ ही जो ग्रोसरी शॉप्स हैं, किराना स्टोर्स हैं, वो शाम 4 बजे तक ही खुलेंगे। उसके बाद कोई भी इन शॉप्स को नहीं खोलेगा।
केंद्रीय गृह मंत्रालय ने कई चीज़ों को लेकर हरी झंडी दी है, गाइडलाइन इशू की है ताकि वो अपनी दुकानें खोल सकते हैं। एसेंशियल सर्विसेज के अलावा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के शॉप्स और दूसरे ऐसे शॉप्स जहां पर सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग मेंटेन हो सकती है वो खोलने का निर्णय लिया है। हालांकि स्टाफ 50% ही रखने को लेकर गृह मंत्रालय ने कहा है। मैं इस समय ऐसे ही दुकान पर हूँ, यहाँ पर जनरल स्टोर है, फिलहाल यहाँ सुबह से खुला हुआ है। लोग सोशल डिस्टेंस मेंटेन करके यहाँ पर आ रहे हैं और ऐसे ही एसेंशियल आइटम्स में मेडिकल स्टोर और जनरल स्टोर आते हैं, वहाँ पर भी लोग पहुँच रहे हैं धीरे धीरे।
कपड़ों की दुकान खोलनी जरूरी है क्योंकि कपड़े वाले साल भर यही सीज़न में कमाना चाहते हैं। नुकसान तो ऑलरेडी हो चुका है हम लोग का, फिर भी वाइन शॉप खोलने से बेटर है कि कपड़े की दुकानें खोली जाए।
जितनी एसेंशियल ज़रूरी है वही दुकान खोले, ऐसे वाइन शॉप वगैरह ऐसे सब को कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है।
Now, this clarification comes because despite the fact there's a lot of confusion still going out, and I think one will have to wait for perhaps another 24 hours to understand what can be kept open. Now, as we talk about Delhi, the health minister was the first one to react to the MHA order.
एक और बड़ा डेवलपमेंट हुआ है। होम मिनिस्ट्री की तरफ से एक आदेश आया है जिसमें रिहायशी इलाकों में ज़रूरी सामान की और गैर ज़रूरी सामानों की दुकानें अब खुल सकेंगी। दिल्ली में किस तरह से लागू होगा सर?
देखते हैं, अभी पता लगा है किस इस तरह का ऑर्डर है, उसको स्टडी करके तब बता पाएंगे।
उसमें कहा गया कि हॉटस्पॉट में नहीं, जो इलाके हॉटस्पॉट हैं उनको छोड़ा जाएगा, लेकिन दिल्ली में सभी इलाके हॉटस्पॉट हैं, तो क्या इसको किस तरह से?
देखिए अभी देख लेते हैं, अभी ऑर्डर रात को देर रात को लागू हुआ होगा, उसको देखने के बाद ही कोई कमेंट कर पाएंगे।
And we are all trying to get a sense of the ground from across the country. All our team of reporters have been sending us those ground reports. Let's take a look at them.
ये जयपुर के हॉटस्पॉट के बाहर का इलाका है। ज्यादातर इलाका इससे सटा हुआ एक कंटेनमेंट जोन है। तो यहाँ पर जो शॉप्स खुली है आप देखेंगे तस्वीर में, तो सिर्फ वही शॉप्स है जो मेडिकल की शॉप्स है, या फिर आप देख सकते हैं कि जरूरी सामान है ग्रोसरी की, वही शॉप्स है। ये तस्वीर है कर्फ्यू ग्रस्त इलाके के बाहर की हॉटस्पॉट की। राजस्थान में मात्र 6 जिले ऐसे हैं जहां पर पॉजिटिव केसेस नहीं है। सरकार सिर्फ उनमें विचार कर सकती है छूट देने को लेकर। इसके अलावा राजस्थान के अंदर 27 जिलों के अंदर सरकार की कोई मंशा नहीं किसी तरीके की छूट देने की, खास तौर पर शॉप्स को लेकर, बाजार को लेकर। हाँ, जो छूट देने जा रही है वो देने जा रही है इंडस्ट्रियल जोन के अंदर, फैक्ट्रियों को लेकर, वो भी सिटी के आउटस्कर्ट इलाके के अंदर।
गृह मंत्रालय ने दुकानों को खोलने के लिए जो छूट देने का ऐलान किया है उसे फिलहाल पंजाब में लागू नहीं किया जाएगा, क्योंकि पंजाब के कई ऐसे इलाके हैं जो कि रेड जोन में शामिल हैं या उनको कंटेनमेंट जोन घोषित किया गया है। ऐसे में यहाँ पर अभी दुकानों को खुलने की परमिशन नहीं दी जा सकती है। मैं इस वक्त पंजाब के मोहाली में मौजूद हूँ और यहाँ पर आप देखिए पीछे जो पूरी मार्केट है वो बंद है। सिर्फ जो ज़रूरी सामान की दुकानें हैं वही खुली हैं, उसके अलावा किसी भी दुकान को खुलने की परमिशन नहीं है। पंजाब के मुख्यमंत्री कैप्टन अमरिंदर सिंह ने साफ कर दिया है कि उन्होंने एक 20 मेंबर कमेटी बनाई है। ये एक्सपर्ट कमेटी है जो कि लॉकडाउन में किस तरह की छूट दी जा सकती है उसको लेकर अपनी रिपोर्ट उनको सौंपने जा रही है, और साथ ही लॉकडाउन से बाहर निकलने के दौरान एग्जिट प्लान क्या होगा इसको लेकर भी यही एक्सपर्ट कमेटी पंजाब सरकार को अपनी राय देगी।
कि नए आदेश के मुताबिक जो दुकानें हैं लॉकडाउन के दौरान कौन सी दुकानें खुलेंगी, तो भोपाल के 6 नंबर मार्केट में इस समय हम खड़े हैं और ये रेड जोन का इलाका है। भोपाल भी मध्य प्रदेश के रेड जोन में है। तो चाहे भोपाल हो या इंदौर हो या उज्जैन हो, जो रेड स्पॉट है, जो हॉट स्पॉट हैं जिनको रेड जोन में रखा गया है, वहाँ पर जो दुकानें खुलने की बात है ये आसपास रेजिडेंशियल इलाका है। तो रेजिडेंशियल इलाके के पास में जो पहले दवा की दुकानें खुल रही थी और किराने की दुकानें जो खुल रही थी, उनसे कहा गया था कि सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग बनाकर अपना काम करें। तो यानी जो मॉल हैं, बड़े बड़े जो मॉल हैं, मॉल नहीं खुलेंगे, लेकिन ये दुकानें जो रेजिडेंशियल इलाके के आसपास हैं इन दुकानों में लोग आ सकते हैं।
Now, those are those ground reports which we have been getting for you from across the country. Now, the government order has also come in at a time when our fight against coronavirus has entered a critical phase. Now, if you look at the numbers, it's now more than 24,000 cases. The death toll stands at 775. 57 deaths were reported over the last 24 hours. There are over 18,000 active cases, but the government says that the increase in the number of fresh cases is linear and not exponential. Government also says that if there was no lockdown, there would have been up to 1 lakh cases by now. Government says that the problem would have multiplied manyfold had it spread to the rural areas. Meanwhile, ahead of the Prime Minister's meeting with the Chief Ministers on Monday, the Cabinet Secretary has called a meeting with Chief Secretaries and DGPs to discuss the lockdown situation in the states. And there was a panic buying of essential goods in Chennai ahead of a 4-day intense lockdown which begins from tomorrow. Purnima Murli gets us this ground report.
Behind me, you can see at least 30 people waiting in queues to enter a supermarket. This is the scene across Chennai. The reason being, tomorrow, starting tomorrow till the 29th of April, there is a complete shutdown in Chennai, Coimbatore and Madurai. So, there are people who are waiting in queues outside supermarkets to ensure that they stock up the essential commodities. Remember, yesterday the Tamil Nadu government said that they will intensify lockdown in 5 districts. 4 days in places like Chennai, where there is a consistent spike in the number of positive corona cases, which is why you can see people here waiting to buy their essential commodities.
And in Maharashtra, the government is planning to make COVID testing and treatment free of cost in all the government hospitals, medical and dental colleges. The state so far has tested over 1 lakh samples in both public and private labs, and of them over 94,000 samples have tested negative. Now, Maharashtra has 6,817 COVID positive cases. Of them, 4,447 are from Mumbai alone. Now, COVID warriors continue to fall victim to the virus. As many as 9 CRPF personnel have tested positive. They are from the 31st Battalion of the CRPF and are already in quarantine after 1 of the personnel tested positive. UP government will not allow any public gathering in the state till 30th of June. This announcement was made by the Chief Minister during a video interaction with the district magistrates. Now, even as the government has been stressing on the need to maintain social distancing, several people are still to get the message. Now, these are the pictures which are from Shastri Nagar in the national capital. You can see a large number of people who are violating the lockdown norms and shopping, and this is a huge threat to the other people. But there's more scare for COVID warriors. 3 more doctors at the Safdarjung Hospital in the national capital have tested positive. Infections have been reported from the gynecological wing of the hospital. The Safdarjung Hospital has now made it mandatory for every suspect emergency case at the gynae unit to undergo a COVID-19 case. Okay, we've got some news coming in. Rajiv Gauba, he's meeting with the state's chief secretaries and the DGP. Now, according to our sources, this meeting is essentially to get suggestions about lockdown and life thereon. What Rajiv Gauba wanted to know was the total number of migrant laborers, their mobility and a possible quarantine after this. Total number of Indians abroad from respective states as well. He also wanted suggestions on the opening up of industries with full precautions as a number of difficulties they are facing in the present scenario. Rajiv Gauba has asked officials' response to be submitted either by today or by tomorrow. So all of these are the factors or suggestions. Let's go across to Zaka, who's giving us those details. Yes, Zaka.
So this is the meeting that the Cabinet Secretary had with respective DGPs and Chief Secretaries of State. This is mainly to seek the suggestions of states before the Prime Minister's meeting with Chief Ministers on Monday. Rajiv Gauba, the Cabinet Secretary, we given to understand from sources who've spoken to Manoj Gupta, our investigations editor, wanted to know a couple of things. One, the total number of migrant labor from each of these states, particularly UP and Bihar, which have a known number of migrant labor and who are stuck in other states. So that if arrangements need to be made closer to the 3rd or beyond the 3rd, then those respective state governments can make those arrangements. Number 2, he also wanted to know from some of the states like the southern states, how many Indians, how many of their citizens, how many of these respective state citizens are stuck abroad. Remember, a large number of Indians who are stuck in the Gulf countries, in other countries around the world have expressed a desire to come back. So the government of India will need to make those arrangements as well post the 3rd of May. He also reportedly asked for suggestions on the opening up of industry. Remember, that's going to be the biggest area of concern as far as the government is concerned, because that would involve a large congregation of people within a finite amount of space. So government has been thinking about, ways and means to open up, including, extended shifts on limited premises within industrial units. So I'm given to understand that the chief secretaries and the DGPs have been asked to submit their respective proposals within a day or so, so that when the Monday meeting happens between the Prime Minister and the Chief Ministers, some of these proposals can be laid on the table and then they can be actioned post the 3rd of May.
Yes, and we're inching closer to the lockdown 2.0 deadline to end on 3rd of May. So I guess the government is also preparing a plan then on. Thank you very much, Zaka. And those were those inputs also coming in from Manoj Gupta.
मेरी उनसे अपील है कि कि जिस तरह जुमे की नमाज भी और नमाजें भी 5 वक्त की भी नमाज आपने घर में अदा की, तो इस रमज़ान के मुबारक महीने में भी आप घर पे इबादत करें।
Yes, since there is a lockdown all over India, so no one will be allowed to offer Taraweeh or any namaz in the mosque. So we have appealed to the Muslim community to offer Taraweeh also in their houses.
5 वक्त नमाजें और तरावी घरों में ही पढ़नी है और सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग बनाए रखना निहायत ज़रूरी है।
जो ऐसे मौके पर घरों में रहेंगे, अल्लाह तबारक व तआला उन्हें एक शहीद का अजर अता फरमाता है।
आस पास पड़ोस के लोगों को बुलाकर घरों में या छतों पर बड़ी जमात न करें, इससे परहेज करें।
Well, for the first time in 7 decades, the iconic Mecca Masjid in Hyderabad is going to remain silent during Ramzan. My colleague Rishika Sadam with this report.
The place I am standing at needs no introduction. It's the most iconic spot in the city of Hyderabad. The Mecca Masjid, and also what you see next to it is the Charminar. Ideally, at this point of time, when the holy month of Ramzan commences, this place would have been full of hundreds of people, buzzing and indicating the life of the city. You know, what it wears now is an eerie silence as Ramzan begins. Ideally, during that particular month, during the time of Ramzan, there would have been food stalls, there would have been men and women on the roads shopping for cosmetics, dresses, you name it. All of that would have been here on the street. There would have been plenty of stalls at this particular location. People would have thronged to eat the delicious halim that's more famous at this point of time. In the evening especially, it's a sight to watch. After the prayer and when people come out to break the fast, this entire street would have had hundreds of them. And also this becomes a very touristy spot, especially at the time of Ramzan, where people from across the nation come in to see how it's celebrated in the older part of the city. But now, apart from the call for prayer here, what you also hear on the speakers is police making an appeal to the people to stay indoors, to not come out to celebrate the festival, but do prayers at home.
Well, changing times call for changing measures. Well, that's all we have time for now, but do log on to news18.com. News continues over here on CNN.